Viewers, buckle up because whispers have just erupted into something far louder. The global financial community is rattling with shock after overnight chatter lit up the markets. Talk that Iraq could be only moments away from rolling out an entirely new national currency. A move that could flip the financial world upside down and change lives instantly. Screenshots, insider leaks, and unverified reports are circulating at lightning speed in investor forums. Some claim banks are already running internal tests on unseen rates locked away from the public eye. Could this be the long-awaited Iraqi Dinar revaluation coming to life? Could history be preparing to turn a new page before our very eyes? Stay tuned, because what we're about to unpack may be the most pivotal dinar development you've heard in years, and the details could leave you speechless. For decades, the Iraqi dinar has stood as both a promise and a frustration for holders around the globe. It has survived wars, sanctions, political upheaval, and endless rebuilding efforts. Yet through all of this, the dream of a revaluation, the RVAs, refused to disappear. Sometimes a faint murmur, sometimes a roaring storm, but always present. And now, here in 2025, those echoes have escalated into roaring speculation about a new currency unveiling. One that could shift Iraq's economy and global image forever. The real question isn't simply if anymore, but when. Every corner of the dinar world is buzzing with theories, with every tiny clue from new designs to the central bank's silence being dissected in real time. The concept of Iraq introducing a fresh currency goes far beyond aesthetics. For some, it represents the beginning of a seismic shift in financial power, a step that could help Iraq push back against the dominance of the US dollar and find firmer ground against other global players. Others believe it may be the prelude to a digital leap, tying Iraq to the worldwide race toward CBDCs and tech-driven economies. That shift could streamline payments, bolster international credibility, and, of course, pave the way for a dramatic exchange rate reset. Around the world, investors are asking the same burning question. If new currency notes appear, will an RV follow on their heels? Could holders of dinar finally see the life-altering numbers they've imagined for years? Speculation isn't just fueled by emotion, it's built on cold, tantalizing numbers. If Iraq is truly preparing to introduce a new currency, the machinery required is massive. We're talking redesigned banknotes with next-level security, nationwide system upgrades, retraining staff at banks worldwide, and syncing with global markets to avoid chaos. This kind of launch wouldn't just grab headlines, it would dominate them. The symbolism would be profound. Iraq presenting itself as a stable, modern force ready to stand shoulder to shoulder with economic giants. The dinar would shed its image as a relic of instability and emerge as a credible currency, respected across the world. But the power of a new currency runs deeper than economics. For Iraqi citizens, a stronger note represents far more than digits on an exchange board. It becomes a badge of national pride, a clear signal that their country is stepping forward, leaving the shadows of conflict behind. The idea of holding a crisp new bill, one that carries greater value and respect, is the kind of moment that unites people. And globally, investors are watching for that same symbol, ready to redirect their capital toward an economy being reborn. The speculation doesn't stop with Iraq. Many investors are weaving Vietnam into the story, suggesting a coordinated wave of reevaluations that could hit multiple currencies. The Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong are often paired together in RV circles, both touted as undervalued with explosive potential. Iraq has its oil wealth and de-dollarization push. Vietnam, meanwhile, has manufacturing growth and expanded trade deals. Whether linked or not, the narrative of a dual currency shift has only intensified the frenzy. And oil is central to the argument. Iraq holds one of the largest reserves on the planet, and many believe that alone could support a much stronger dinar. As oil demand holds steady and Iraq cements new trade partnerships, the case for a revaluation only strengthens. Some analysts highlight Iraq's push to transact more in dinar instead of dollars as another signal of change. If the currency is truly being aligned with its vast natural resources, then a dramatic adjustment becomes far more realistic. Yet here's where things grow even more intriguing. The Central Bank of Iraq remains absolutely silent. No statements, no denials, nothing. And in this world of speculation, silence often echoes louder than words. Many suspect the quiet is deliberate, allowing preparations behind the curtain without tipping off the public too early. Could they be aligning the timing with budget releases, new trade agreements, or even geopolitical maneuvers? Every day without an announcement only intensifies the rumors. Some observers insist that this round feels different from the false alarms of the past. They point to clear reforms, new infrastructure projects, and a visible uptick in global engagement. Iraq's economy appears to be modernizing at a faster clip, with the government leaning more heavily into international partnerships. To these watchers, the conditions finally look strong enough to sustain a bold currency move without risking collapse. The signs, they argue, are falling into place. On the ground in Iraq, this isn't just online chatter, it's daily conversation. In Baghdad's markets, cafes, and offices, citizens whisper about what a stronger dinar could mean for their families. A teacher wonders whether her paycheck might stretch further. A small shop owner dreams of importing goods at a fraction of current costs. Families abroad sending money home picture their loved ones suddenly receiving far more value. It's this mix of hope and tension that now permeates the air. Even without official confirmation, the mere possibility of a new currency has begun to sway public confidence. And history shows us that when belief in a currency grows, it can often become self-fulfilling, lifting the value even higher. International analysts, meanwhile, remain split. Some dismiss the talk as recycled hype, pointing to over a decade of similar rumors. Others argue that Iraq's new stability, reforms, and foreign ties make this chapter different. They highlight quiet upgrades by banks in Iraq's growing alignment with global powers as evidence of a deeper plan. The great unknown here is timing. The central bank is indeed preparing a rollout. When would they strike? Some suggest it could coincide with Iraq's annual budget reveal, a natural moment for an economic shift. Others warn it could come unannounced in the dead of night, leaving the world to wake up to flashing headlines. Iraq unveils new currency. Dinar revaluation shocks global markets. The impact of such a surprise would be instant and explosive. Within dinar circles, strategies are already being drawn. Some holders vow to cash out immediately if rates spike, grabbing profits before any fluctuations. Others plan to hold a portion long-term, betting the dinar could climb higher. Debates rage over which banks will pay best, whether exchanges should happen locally or abroad, and how to avoid scams when the frenzy begins. These conversations reveal just how deeply this possibility has seeped into everyday planning. And then comes the digital question. Will a new dinar be linked to a central bank digital currency? With countries worldwide experimenting in the CBDC space, Iraq could seize this opportunity to leap ahead technologically. A digital dinar, alongside physical notes, would allow faster, more secure transactions, while also granting the government stronger oversight. For global investors, a digital currency backed by Iraq's oil power could be a major attraction, pulling in capital from all directions. Still, the risks cannot be ignored. Analysts warn that a rushed revaluation could backfire, sparking inflation, black markets, or currency manipulation. Mishandling the rollout could do more harm than good, which is why many suspect the silence from Iraq's central bank is deliberate. They may be ensuring every risk is accounted for before moving, because Iraq only gets one chance to reintroduce its currency in a way that earns lasting trust. Regardless, the buzz is impossible to miss. Online forums are at peak activity. Videos breaking down every tiny hint are racking up views. Even those who had long written off the dinar are returning to the conversation. The sheer energy building around this moment is unlike anything seen before in the community. It feels as though every rumor, every theory, every dream is converging into one massive storm of anticipation. Many compare it to historic reevaluations, where nations stunned the world by suddenly boosting their currencies overnight. No two cases are ever the same, but the lesson is clear. Those who prepared in advance often came out on top. Whether or not Iraq joins that list remains to be seen, but the chance alone has investors glued to every hint, every budget release, and every movement in the markets. If the launch happens, the first glimpses of new notes will spread across the internet within minutes. Analysts will pore over designs for security clues and national symbols. Iraqis will line up at banks, eager to exchange old notes for new. Traders will glue themselves to screens, ready to move in seconds. And across the globe, holders of dinar will check their balances. waiting to see if the numbers they've dreamed of have finally materialized. The opening hours will be nothing short of chaos, but for many, the best kind of chaos imaginable. So, is this it? Will Iraq step into the spotlight with a bold new currency and a jaw-dropping revaluation that shakes global finance? Or will it go down as yet another false alarm in the long dinar saga? The truth is only time can answer that. What's certain, though, is this. The whispers have never been louder, the signs never more aligned, and the world never more alert. For dinner holders everywhere, the stakes are higher than ever. Till Iraq makes its move, one thing is guaranteed: the speculation, the anticipation. Then the dream of RV will continue to burn bright.